What is going on, Z Traders? Zeno Trader here, and today we're coming at you with our daily market recap. If you find value in what we do, consider subscribing for more content and market updates. And if you wouldn't mind, destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Follow us on Instagram and join us live every day, Monday through Friday during market hours on our Discord server, where we have over $5,000 worth of learning materials, all for the wonderful price of, drum roll please, free 99. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely free to join. The link, as always, will be posted in the description below. Be there or be square. Lastly, remember, this is not investment advice. This is for educational purposes only. Never hop into anything discussed here without your own due diligence, as these are not trading signals, but rather my thoughts on specific securities. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that out of the way and being said, let us get into it. Today was a roller coaster ride for the ages. My goodness, we gapped up. SPY ended up closing 529 points. The Dow Jones ended up, closing up 529 points. SPY ended up closing 364, even though it was up as much as $6 and some change today. We had gapped up. I told you guys last week that I did not believe in SPY over this 200 MA. We are more than halfway recovered from this dip. There is no reason for SPY to be trading anywhere close to the peak. But look how close we are to the peak. I mean, that's insane. That's ridiculous. There's no reason we need to be trading up here. Like once we get into this territory, I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, we're looking at the 3-month chart right now, and each candle represents a day. All right. So we got the 50 EMA curling back up around. Seems like it may eventually want to cross the 200 MA. If that does happen, ladies and gentlemen, that is referred to as a golden cross, and it is an extremely bullish buying signal. All right. I have long been a proponent that we should be staying underneath the 200 MA, but it looks like we did get breakout confirmation, so we may trade sideways or go up a little bit more before we come back down. We have 2 gaps on SPY that need to be filled downward. We need one here to be filled, and we need one here. Now, today, this was partially filled towards the close. All right. So, but it's still not completely filled. All right. And we still have one here that needs to be filled as well. Keep an eye on that in the coming weeks. I don't believe that SPY will be up above these levels for very, very long. We should start to normalize. But the thing is, as long as we don't get any bad news, the market considers that good news. So in this market, no bad news is plenty good news. So we got the openings, slowly starting to happen. We got hope for, things with the situation. Don't want to get demonetized. We got some developments there with some things that people get to help out with that from pharmaceutical companies. And so there's a lot of optimism, right? Banks are doing well, even though foreclosures, mortgages are not being paid at, record paces. We had some interesting economic data come out today. I'll get into that in a little bit, but let's take a look at the chart to see where we are with support and resistance. So at the close, it looks like we bounced smooth off of R1. Came down, hit it, and rejected it as soon as we got there. So we'll see. Tomorrow, maybe we come back up a little bit. trade in this little gap here for a while before ultimately either coming up to this price level, which is 302.58, or we come back down and we break 295.47. So my suggestion, and if I was looking to play SPY, I would get in calls above 301.95, and I would be looking for puts below 298.12. That's how I would play it. So those are the price levels. And it's crazy because in chat today, I called this. As soon as the opening bell hit and I saw that we gapped up like this, I said, guys, don't be fooled. This is a 52 fake out. We're going to probably fill this gap at some point. And lo and behold, we filled about half of it, but we still have half of it to go because SPY, see, this is the way I typically view it. If SPY gaps up in the beginning of the day and we end up hitting all-time, daily highs in the afternoon, like around 12, 1, around 3, 3:30, typically we come off and we take a dump end of the day. If we take a dump in the beginning of the day to the mid-afternoon, we'll pump at the end of the day. So I saw all of this stuff coming together. I was like, we jumped up way too high. There's no justification to be up here. I don't trust this pump. It's going to dump. I was actually planning on swinging SPY puts if it didn't gap down end of the day, but fortunately it did, and we were able to get out. I'll talk about that in the next segment. But I did actually post this earlier in chat. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Boom, right here. We've reached escape velocity on SPY, provided that gap doesn't fill, right? 50 MA is curving up, suggesting the golden cross may happen in the coming weeks if we continue to push higher. SPY 52 fake out, blue 42, right there, baby. Right there. I posted this in chat at 10:19 a.m. today. And then end of the day, we come back to crashing down through this. So, I called this beautifully, and it's crazy. And so this is what it looks like now. This is aftermarket, but that doesn't count. But yeah, these are the bubbles I drew. We're inside of it, right? I mean, that's crazy. So tomorrow, we got some economic. Let's take a look at the economic data we got coming out. Today, we had some stats coming out. Consumer confidence, it was a little bit below, but that didn't really do anything. New home sales was a beat, right? So, we got some things going on that were looking pretty positive for us. So, the market was mixed. It already decided it was going to be up when it gapped up, but it didn't leave itself any room to go up any further. And as a result, it fell down end of day. Tomorrow, we have to look forward to FOMC members speaks. So that's very important. That's going to be happening around 12:30. Be careful trading around 12:30 tomorrow. Anything else? Some mortgage stuff, refinances, and pretty mediocre. 30-year mortgage rate, that's pretty important. We'll see. Nothing earth-shattering going on tomorrow, but yeah, just be aware of the few things that are going on tomorrow. So my conclusion about SPY. This week, it'll probably do the same thing it did last week, which is, gap up in the beginning of the week and hold on to those gains barely throughout the week. Once we hit Friday, we'll probably chop up and down before SPY actually chooses a direction. If we do continue this trend and it does continue to go upwards, it doesn't have a lot of upward mobility here. So, this is ridiculous. This jump right here, it left itself no room to continue to go up. So, I mean, it could chop up here maybe for a while, but it's not going to stay up. Without a super positive economic catalyst, I don't see this staying up here. I could be wrong. Nobody's, nothing's 100%, but I don't see it. So I think we'll chop along. We'll come down off of these tomorrow, take a breather. But because we close down so sharply at the end of the day, tomorrow morning, we may gap up. That's why I got out of all of my puts at the close and I didn't swing any. It's because, I figure, every action is overreaction, right? So if the sell-off was that crazy at the end of the day, boom. And then look at that, right? Came back down, hit the 200 MA on the 5-minute chart, and then bounced, right? So one or two things is going to happen. Either we're going to come up a little bit tomorrow, hit, the 50 MA and the VWAP are converging. So that creates a pretty strong support. We come up, hit this, come back down, or we come back down to it and test it on the open and break down even further. So that's what I think is going to, those are the possibilities that I think are probably going to be more likely tomorrow. All right. So let us check out our plays. We had a couple of swings, Costco and Salesforce, that we were doing last week. But before we get into that, I just want to show you guys something real quick. This was my P&L at 1:29 in the afternoon today. All right. I got in SPY puts pretty heavy because I knew that at some point during the day, SPY would come down. And if not, it would if SPY didn't come down today, it was definitely going to come down tomorrow. So I was like, there's no way I can lose on this trade. I looked at the charts. I was like, there's no way I can lose on this trade. But as you can see, at 1:29 p.m., I was down $4,700. Now, remind you, all right, I just came back from a huge loss the week before. The week before last, I had a huge loss. And actually, the week before that, I had a string of losses. So I was down like $13,000 on the year. And then last week, Take Two came, scooped me up, saved the day. And I was about 15 today. I opened up about $1,500 down on the year, and I was closing the gap fast. So I didn't need this. Now imagine if I would have got scared to death and realized this loss, right? I would have been done. It would have been over, right? So, but instead, I had the sense enough to trust my analysis and hold on to the end of the day. And what do you know? Boom. Look at that. That is outrageous. So you go from a 5,000, and I'm showing people this because I want everybody to understand that trading is not all magical and you just hit stuff out the park all the time when you win. You got to sit through a lot of red sometimes before you win. But see, I also need to make something else clear. I wasn't just sitting and holding this, hoping that it would come back. I did analysis that where all signs were proving that this run SPY was having wasn't sustainable. So I had to trust my analysis. I wasn't just hoping for this. This wasn't just a Hail Mary play. And yeah, it was risky because I went in a little bit more than what I should have, but I knew the play would hit. If it didn't hit today, it was definitely going to hit tomorrow. And actually, if SPY, it would have been actually better if SPY didn't dump in the afternoon because, I could have held this overnight and probably made $7 or $8 grand easily. But I don't think SPY will dump in the morning. Maybe, I don't know. It depends because of that dump in the afternoon. But yeah, so I held, boom. So now I'm up. My P&L is up 1,800 today instead of down, 4,700. So, don't ever give up. Never give up. Okay. Especially when you do the analysis. Now, if you're just hoping and wishing and crossing fingers and throwing darts at a phone book, no, get the hell out the trade as soon as you see red. All right. Never stick around red trades, hoping and wishing. If you don't have any analysis, on trades, and you know, just because something's moving, that doesn't mean you have to hop in. All right, you missed it. Right? If you didn't set it up and you didn't plan it and it didn't go, you know what I mean? To just you see it moving on a scanner or whatever, you know, I got burnt a lot like that in the past. All right, and I'm tired. I got tired of it, and so I had to change my approach and the way I do things. Right. So with that said, check it out, guys. I told you guys, you know, I was down. It coming into today, I was down on the year about $1,500. Now my annual P&L, I'm up 240, right? So, you know, I'm just now recovering from a loss on, you know, because that loss 2 weeks ago was pretty devastating, and it really, you know, I got rocked hard. And I'm just now coming back from that to where I'm just now green for the year for my whole account. That is huge, right? So, you know, these are the open positions between Costco and CRM. So these are earnings plays. So we're trying to ride the IV up to earnings. They're coming out this week. This is a short week. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, worst case, we'll take some profits along the way. And, you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Like that is an incredible feeling for me because I thought it was over. I mean, I got really down at one point, but you keep on trying every day. And then I started a small account challenge. I started out with about $25 in this account. And, you know, now I'm up to 60. I think I posted the screenshots of this in chat, you know, Friday, I think it was. And I posted them on our Instagram. Like, so, you know, we're up from, you know, $23 to $60. Like, you know, it's just little at a time, just small steps, just research, you know, little baby steps at a time. Plan your trades and trade your plan. I can't stress that enough. This was a GE call that I've been holding for like 5 days now. Boom, in the building today. So, you know, like I said, control your emotions, plan your trades, trade your plan. Don't get, you know, discouraged, or don't get, you know, when you get knocked down, come back. You know, study hard, trade, you know, conservatively, especially if you're testing stuff out. You know, don't ever bet the ranch on anything, regardless of how sure you are that the trade is going to win, because, you know, we're here to make money, and you can't make money losing more than you win. So let your winners run. Get out of your losers very early. You know, this isn't a casino. This is investing. This is methodical. You know, because it could turn to gambling real easy if you let your emotions creep into it. All right. So be safe out there, guys. It's very hard. It's very hard, and you have to do it for a sustained amount of time. You have to discipline yourself. You know, this is a side of trading that a lot of people don't talk about, but I like to talk about it because it's not all sunshine. It's not all roses. It's dedication. It's time. It's effort. It's energy. But it's worth it though, because you can make more in 5 minutes doing this than you could in a week at a day job. And I think that's why we're all here, but it don't come overnight. And there's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of struggles. Like, I'm not saying my struggle is over, because it's not. You know, the struggle continues every day, but you gotta put yourself in the best position to win. And the only way to do that is to study and grind and study and grind and study and grind and trial and error. All right. So I just want to leave that with you guys for today. But this week we have earnings coming from Dollar General. We got Big Lots coming up. We got Ralph Lauren. They were up big today. They came across my scanners. TD Bank Group, the owner of this illustrious platform we have, Thinkorswim. It'll be interesting to see how the effect of the lower commissions have had on the broker business. But banking stocks seem to be making a quiet comeback, so that's definitely something to keep a close eye on in the next few weeks. So that's it for today. Remember, shameless plug, join us in the Discord chat. It's free 99. We're live Monday through Friday. The link is going to be in the description below. That's all the time we have for today. Remember, like I said, plan your trades, trade your plan. Bulls make money, bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you never miss an episode. Follow us on Instagram and join our Discord chat where we're live until 5 and we do something before 2 something. The links are in the description below. Until next time, Zeno Trader out.